Okay, I'm live. Hello, everybody. Everybody, anybody, whoever's showing up. Okay, today I'm working with Bob, Block on Board. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to work on today. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 colors. Let's get down here. Let's get down here and get going. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Okay, so this is a block on board. This is a block on board. This is really well marked. I think this and this are the same. This is one section. The instructions are on the back. That's why you keep your packaging for this guy. You keep your packaging for this. So this is, yeah, okay. So this is pretty self-explanatory. It shows everything, how it's going to go together. Everything's labeled, like F is that one, G is that one, D, H, everything's marked. I have not done this one before. I'd sat down a couple of different times to do it. You can tell I sat down a couple of different times to do it because there's like probably the chalk dust. It's white, so it's going to be the chalk dust from whatever marking fabric doing whatever. So I'm going to flip it over so I can see everything upside right. Basically, I'm looking at this here. I don't want to bend anything. I'm looking at this here, and we've got, I'm just getting right to it. New packages given when I first got them, they were not marked like that and wish they were. Yeah. So you have an AccuQuilt too? I should have marked AccuQuilt. Maybe I should look and see if I can. I'll change the title afterwards. Okay, so this is 55% of actual size. This one is supposed to make a 10-inch block when it's done. I know how so I'm going to be lucky to get an 8-inch block because I always make my seams too thick. So I haven't done this one yet. I've got 2 different pale colors here. Then I've got the obvious dark blue, light blue. I actually have that fabric somewhere. At least I did. So again, two different light colors, and then 2 different dark colors, which would explain why it's broken up into 4 sections. And then you just lean it into the back. I don't want to bend the packaging. So E and F. Okay. Basically, when you do these blocks, oh, okay. So this makes 1/4. Is that what I'm looking at here? ER, 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 ER. So I need 4 of each of these to make my design. And then when they're done, I'm going to get 4 quarters and I'll put them together. Everything shows it to you right in order. Oh, that's okay, Linda. Thanks for saying hello. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, even if you can't really participate. I'm not trying too hard today anyway. I'm just, I thought, why not? I might as well turn the camera on while I do this. This is just the, okay, so I just got to pick 4 colors. I've just got to sort out. Okay, so A and E is one of the pale colors. E and R is one of the pale colors. C, D, H, H, D. So C, D, H are the same. That's going to be, I need 4 here, 4. I need 4 of each. Okay. Thing is, you have to whenever you're working with these. Okay, here's a simpler one that I've got. This one's really obvious. This one's a really obvious one, right? Like, so I got this one. I've got all these colors. So I've got the colors repeat, right? So when I'm doing this one, it's really obvious. It's like, okay, so 3 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these is a quarter. So if I put 4 different fabrics here, but keep these the same. So some of these are really obvious to figure out what you're supposed to do. This one's really obvious because I'm gonna want one to be the, whoops. I'm gonna want one to be the half circle here, one to be the half circle here. They are the same. So for every 6 of these, I need 1 of these to take 4 of these and connect them all together. I'm gonna need 4 of each there. That part's fine. For these, I have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I'm going to need 2 of each. I'm going to need, and then you just figure it out. I'm going to overstate it because it's what I do. But when you have a block that looks like this, it's like, oh, okay, I want 1, 2, 3 different colors repeated twice. So 2 each of 3 different colors, and if I'm going to put it together in 4 blocks, then I'm going to need that times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to need 8 of each of, well, 2. Yeah. So you'll go 3 fabrics per. Somebody is bouncing around on my balcony. I'm hearing a little thump. We've had birds in and out. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? So this one here is this one here is pretty simple because you're gonna look at that design. You're gonna look at this design. You're gonna go, oh, for each quarter, I need 1 each of these. And depending on what kind of fabrics I want, because you can also just go red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, right? And just go 2 of each. So 2 piece, right? So this one's really easy to figure out what you need. I've done this one. I've only done it once though. I need more practice on it. This is not the one we're doing today. This is not the one I'm doing today. I am not sure. I am learning a thing today. That's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing today is this fucked up mess. I've got these out. This one here is gorgeous. It's super easy to figure out. One of these, you need to go around the outside 6. You need 12 of these ones and 6 of these ones. Super easy, right? Super easy to do the mental math. This guy, I had a couple different chances to work on it. So this guy is this is the block on board. There's more, right? This is the block on board. This is the block I'm making today. This is what I'm going to try to make today. But to do that, you got to flip it over. The instructions are always on the back. Instructions are always back here. So to figure it out, I've got to look at everything and go, what do I need? So all of these pieces make 1/4 of this. All of these pieces make 1 of these, and then you repeat it 4 times, sew them together, and get that. So that's what I'm going for today. So I've actually got a piece of tan, so I use that. I'm going to be up and down, by the way. I'm going to be up and down for the next little bit, sorting out my fucking fabric. I only need 1, 2, 3. I only need 4 fabrics, so that part's going to be easy. So I need 2 coordinates. This makes it pretty obvious that it's going to look best if you have coordinated fabrics. So I actually had a yellow. I'm going to go get a different shade of yellow. I don't have white, and I don't like using white. And then I got to figure out what colors I want for the outsides. I want it to be a little, oh, there's one right there. If I have more of that, that might go really good as one of the exterior colors. I was thinking about this one. Because it's going to look really, I don't know though. When you have colors like this, when you cut them, they don't always look like they match when you're putting gaps, and this is going to have a piece sewn here and here. I'm not sure how all this is going to sew together. I think I might just work with solids. I think I should. Hey Trish, how you doing? I'm thinking that I should probably work with solids, or this is a pretty tight pattern, right? So even if I have a piece here, if I have a piece here, okay, I have a piece here, right? And then this is just going to create the effect. If I have to fold it, they're going to look like they match, even if I'm having multiple stuck together. I don't know that it's complicated. Here's the thing. It's kind of like the instructions are all here on the back. All of the instructions, starting with everything is labeled with an ABC, right? So it's like, sew that one to that one. Okay, step one. Now, so go through your pile, sew these two together. Go through your pile, sew these two together. Sew these two together. So now sew this and this together. It's totally in sequence. The biggest thing about sewing loves straight lines. So it's all about, so this will help me keep track of my entire sequence so that I'm sewing everything together in the right order. Right now I'm just picking my fabrics. And I think I started, oh, there we go. Now I need 4 of each. Okay, this is the first one. This is the first one that I picked because I want it to be kind of bright. This is a little bit more yellow than you would think. If I mix these two together, they're going to make a nice, they're going to go nice in the center. I'm overthinking things just because I can. I've got enough for the thing with this one. Yeah, seam allowance, dog-eared corners. So let me see what it's going to tell me to do. Oh, and if you're like, oh my God, what should I do? There's an entire quilt right there. There's an entire quilt right there and instructions on how to put it all together. So there are variations. That one there uses 2 of these squares and then just 2 regular squares. That one there is a little bit more. That one there is something funky that puts it all together. And the instructions are those instructions are available online. Cut 4. Okay. Fabric 1. So where does it say fabric 1? This is just with fat quarters. So I'm not going to be laying this out like that. I'm not going to lay this out like that. Cut out 4 7.5 by 5/18 inch rectangles. Place right side. Okay, sometimes. Okay, this one here. Let's look at this guy here, right? This guy here, this shape. It doesn't matter whether I cut the fabric upside right. I could take this shape. Just in case somebody with an AccuQuilt wanders by. So I could take this, and then I could take this, and I could put the whole works over this. Some of it's upside right, some of it's upside down. Cut it. They're going to be the exact same shape no matter what I do. The yellow and purple. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. And I think I've got more of it. I'm pretty sure I've got more of it. So I can cut this, and the position doesn't matter, right? This is like, I've got some simpler blocks. I haven't done this one before because I need to pay attention. We'll see how well that goes when I'm chatting the whole fucking time, but that's okay. Okay, so for this one here, I cannot do this and then put it over here. I can't do that because some of it will be upside right, some of it will be upside down, and this is very specifically patterned. So let's get back to my instructionals. Okay. Cut 4. Which one is fabric 1? Fabric 2, cut 4. Cut 4, cut 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I need 4 of each. Okay, I only need 4 of each so I can get the entire thing on one thing. So what is fabric 1? It's not telling me which one fabric 1 is. I guess you need to decide for yourself which one is fabric 1. I want this to be a center, and I want these two combining into the center. These two are going to be the center. I know they're going to be a bigger I know it's going to be a bigger variation, but I want those to be the center, and that is A and AR. Doesn't matter. AR, so this is one, and this is the other. I was right. So they got to be facing the same direction. I thought I had another piece of this that just fell away. Yeah, this will be fine. I can just cut. Don't worry, I'm not just dropping them on here. I'm gonna go like that. I'm going to trim them first. Four, no, I don't even know which one 1, 2, 3, and 4 is. I'm pretty sure we go like that. Yeah, okay. I can afford to screw things up, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. One, face up. They are going to be face up. Actually, it doesn't matter if they're face up or face down in theory, as long as they are the same. If everything has to be face up, everything. So that's just going to go there. You can touch these. The yellow and purple. Did I already knock it down somewhere? I'm sure I have more, and as long as I do, because I'll need a bigger piece than just that one. But the yellow, I think I'm gonna do the yellows, 4 different fabrics. 4 different fabrics. I think I want these 2 yellows. So that's gonna go like that. Whoops, face up. That's gonna go like that. That's gonna go like that. It's okay if it hangs out a bit. It's okay. It really is. It's okay if it hangs off the sides a bit. The machine won't. I'm going to be running it through my little Quilt machine, but the machine won't. Yeah, I just got to make sure I don't get my salvage needs to be out of the way. I was gonna have this part all done before turning on the camera, but then I just fucked up. I fucked up. Didn't give myself enough time. Okay, so, oh yeah, like I can even cut that. I can even cut that off. So that one's going there. Okay, one. The other one's going here. But like I said, they have to be facing the same direction. I ironed this one right quick because it had a big crease in it. So, but as long as the fabric itself isn't a complete fucking mess, you don't have to iron it, which is one of the things that people love about these things. Should iron it, honestly. If I'm being honest with myself, I am expecting no miracles here. That's why I decided to turn the camera on, because I'm not expecting any miracles. I really am not. You really can't. If I get a really good block, I will. I think even if I get a crappy block, I'm going to use it in my quilt. But I find that if I go into it expecting perfection the first time, then I am never, even if it's good, even if it's like, hey, this is really good. It's like, nope, I expected perfection. Therefore, I am miserably unhappy because I did not get this perfect thing. I'm going to flip that one around. There's a crease right here. You guys can just barely see it. That I ironed the crease out, but it's still going to show up. Okay. One thing I will admit when it comes to the Quilt is that it can create quite a bit of waste. Okay, then there's this one. Now for this one, I need 4 pieces of this. So I think that one, check the scrap, always, oh, wait. Look at that one. Would these two go well together? I think they would. I think, or maybe I want more contrast than that. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to see. Oh, wait. I'm really hoping to use up scrap, right? I'm hoping that I can get away with just using scrap. And I think I can. I think these would be fine. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to look like I said, the first couple of times I do something new, especially if it's complicated, I like to bring my expectations down to zero. The darker one, this one or that one? So this combination right here, this is pretty pale. It is a yellow, but it's a really pale yellow. But I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I really don't think it's going to make a difference. I could have gone for a slightly darker yellow to whatever, but yeah, I think this will be fine. Okay, so I have to go look. I do not see any more. I do not see any more of this over there. So I'm going to wander off, chat among yourselves. I'll be back in just a second because I gotta take this for a walk and walk it through my stash and see what match it. See if I have more. It's either gonna be really obvious or I'm gonna be a minute. Oh shit, it's right here. $10 warning you guys that I'm gonna be gone for a minute and then walk back in like less than 30 seconds. So there, I've got more of that. Yeah, the light, the dark, those are going to be the back. This is going to be the background, and then these are going to be the things. Okay. Anyway, the joy of having a very large collection of scrap, such as I have, means that I don't use it. Okay. If you want to make a block that's this complicated, anybody who already sews can tell you, if you want to do a block that's this complicated, you're going to have waste no matter what you do because you're going to be cutting things at angles and doing whatever. AccuQuilt makes it super fast, but it does increase the amount of waste. So if you are in a very like I need to minimize my waste at all costs situation, which God knows I've been there. If you're in one of those situations where even a little bit of waste is too much, no, I got to double check on this. I have to double check because as far as I know, one goes here, one goes there. Yeah, that. Okay. Okay. So this one here, there's an inner square and then the outer kind of star shape. So I think I want the inner square to be purple, right? That one can be purple because this is more of a star type shape. So using star material might be a really good blend. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But I'm like I said, I'm double and triple checking as far the reason why this is spread out the way it is because the colors do have to be separated. So I can use okay, this has to be cut. Oh no, I can go like that. Okay. The AccuQuilt in theory should only hold about 6 pieces at a time. So I'm trimming this so that these two don't overlap to create 8 or 9 layers. Okay. Put that over there so it's out of the way. Oh, that'll work. Oh no, that won't work. Okay. Well, this is actually a pretty big piece. I'm going to cut a strip. I'm going to cut a strip here so that I don't have as much waste coming off of the big piece. So I'll be right back. And I'm going to turn off my iron because I don't need it. Yeah. Actually, let me just check. It's not telling me how big the piece needs to be. 4. I bet you that's the 4x6. Oh, A to E. No. CDH is 6 1/8 by 5 3/8. I might as well double check and make sure I'm not cutting too big of a piece. So that's going to go, aha, that's going to go, let's get that picked up. Again, cutting off the pieces so that I can avoid too thick, but I can go kind of like that. Okay. Just, I'm doing it the laziest way. I'm going to go back over there and cut again with the cutter. There we go. We're going to take that guy out of the way for the moment. We're going to go shoomp. Let's hope I didn't fuck this up. Okay, I cannot see. If you cannot see those pieces, then you're fine. I cannot see those pieces. 1, 2. Yeah, see, I don't know why. I don't know why it's got me. This seems all fucked up. It's like, oh, you're spending all this time and you could just be getting the rotary cutter out and just cutting them. And I know, and I get it, because I'm feeling the same damn way. But the reality is that that's the, hey, Cass, how you doing? Yeah, so far this is going to be pretty easy. I'm just going to set that there. We're just going to lift that up. And we're going to go right through there. Ah, okay. I can ignore that because it's not going to be on the fabric. Okay. Now I need this one to go like that. I'm just going to be a little bit lazy about this. Now I'm just going to cut straight across to about there. This is scrap. Well, okay, I get that. I get that it's big enough to use for other projects, but it's technically in the scrap bin, so I'm going to take it at its word. You said you were scrap. I'm believing you. 1, 2. So these all have to face the same direction. Yes. Yes, this is going to be randomly inserted into that rando quilt that I'm doing. So with that in mind, that's why I'm trying to stick with scrap and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this one, and unless I completely fuck it up, it's going in. Even if it doesn't look the greatest. Oh, I got to show you guys something. Like I said, I am sewing today. The intention of sewing today is practice only. So if it turns out like crap and I end up not using it, I've gotten some good practice. And if it turns out well and I end up using it, then I've gotten a good win. So that's what I'm doing today. There we go. And this has to be all upright. I'm gonna go run this into the machine. So the AccuQuilt's just sitting behind me over here. You can't see it because my chair is in the way. There it is. Nope, there it is. There it is. I'm gonna go run this through. I'm gonna go run this through the AccuQuilt right now. I'm gonna turn that one. I'm gonna turn that one around. It's got a bit of a This one's got a bit of a piece folding up, but as long as it goes, it'll shove it down and make it flat. So don't go anywhere. Don't move, don't move, don't move. I guess it doesn't matter which side goes in first. I just want this side going in first. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, basically, I am the kind of person, and I know this about myself, so I'm not going to pretend that I'm not. This gets staticky, so anything to break up the static is a good idea. We're just going to, oh shit, one of them didn't cut right. That's okay. You don't have to have everything on here in order for it to cut. I'm just going to pull everything back out and get that out of the way. So we're going to go see where everything cuts. I am the kind of person that if I say I'm going to do this and it doesn't work, then I don't know if frustration is the right word or not, but I'm far less likely to try again. But if I sit down and I go, I'm just practicing, it's okay if I fuck it up, then it's like, oh yeah, remember that one I fucked up yesterday? Yeah, I'm going to try it again. I mean, it's just way easier. What's going on here? Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to leave everything connected to it. That one didn't cut. This one's not. This one's too small, so I'm going to have to cut one more of these right there. 1, 2. There's the other one. 3. Okay, 1, 2. Did I put these on backwards? I put these two on. See, look at that. I put these two on backwards, but they have to be facing that way. I don't know how I did that. How did I do that when it was one of the very first ones I did? Oh, look at that. I left it full. That one's correct. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Like that. And like that. I'm going to keep them like this so I can keep them lined up with the same. That one's no good and that one's no good. So we're going to line up that and that. We're going to put, I should be able to get one here and one here from the leftovers, and then cut one more of these. That one there. Every now and again they hang on by just a single little thread. You just give them a yoink, they're fine. I believe. What's going on here? They should be stuck into their positions. There we go. And that one. So that one. That one. That one. That one is H. So let me just get this right. I will own my shit. If I wasn't filming, then I might have more space because the computer wouldn't be here. So this one is that one. 1, 2. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. This is another thing with this, is because the other ones that I've done so far are like, yeah, that goes there. I've been really obvious, and this one's going to be a lot more fiddly, but I am in love with my Quilt because it seems like oh my god, that's a lot of work, but I will tell you right now, this is still less work than getting over there and precision cutting every single one of these. And then this is Just the two, right? Just the two, and these ones are done. That one and that one. So I've got to do, I'm going to set that there. I might be able to get other stuff off of there. So I am going to go like that. Go like that. And we're going to take that one. Which one was it? Was that one? We're going to go there. I don't think I have a big enough piece to do the whole thing. So I do think I still have to cut. It's okay if they overlap though, because it's not going to be enough layers to matter. And so with that in mind, I'm just going to take another big one off. Okay. As silly as it sounds, because this is all small. It's like, oh, that's so small, blah, 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 blah. But precision cutting this many pieces would take about 10 times longer than this. This seems fiddly and annoying, but it's still easier. Okay. Cover those back on, and then we can run it through one more time. Okay. they're just static stuck onto this. You can also, if you have or are thinking of getting, it's not a rule that you have to do all of it at once. I could have like laid out a few, put them through. I could have done a bit at a time until it was done. If you're doing smaller amounts, it's easier to fiddle and conserve fabric a lot easier. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm just going to get over myself. If I try to salvage, this is what makes me nuts. This is what gets me going crazy. If I try to salvage this stuff, if I try to salvage that fabric, then I make myself nuts trying not to waste, which is great considering how kind of much of a mess I've got going on here. Okay, so this is everything. Yes! Oh my God. Thank you. 1 second, and I'll be right back. Gotta blow my nose. One of these days, I'm going to get my shit under control, and I'll be able to do a whole video without stopping to blow my nose every 4 seconds. Okay. Let us... I'm just going to do that. I'm going to put everything back on the block. The main reason why I took it off is because I spotted that I was going to have to go do that other one. Nothing wrong with everything's going to be in its own sequence. Okay, so that's over there. I just put it right back on for now so that I can make sure I'm taking the right stuff up. Okay, so I got that one done. I have not trimmed it yet, because I can ignore it, and if it frays, then if I trim it and then it frays, I'm kind of screwed. This one here, this one here is this. So I'm going to be taking some strips of this, adding it to the back to make, I'll square this off, then I'll add some strips to the back. But this one here, what I did, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to flip it over backwards, and I'm not. So what I did was I did the spider webs. I did the broom. I went around the books, right? So I went around each book. I don't know if you can tell or not. It's kind of puffy. Each book is a little, so the book is a little bit puffy. The scroll is outlined. The other book is a little puffy. I went around this in general so that it's puffy, but I didn't do every single one of these or it'd be too tight. So that's the first one that I've done. And once I'm ready, I'm just gonna square it off. I'll square it off, I'll trim it, and then I will add a strip. I'll add a strip from the back so that it can roll around to the front for when I'm ready to put together. If I leave it, Okay, that one needs a pin. Oh, it's a good thing I got it back out. This one, I've got a pin here and a pin here, just to make sure things aren't going to move. It's okay if they fray a bit, but I don't want them. So yeah, so this part here is not really quilted, and this part here is not really quilted, which is fine because this is rated for it, and it won't fall apart in the wash. So this one is done. Like I said, the spider webs have been gone over. You can see it really well in the back. That's just sitting on top. It's not sewn down. So yeah, so the spider webs have texture. The broom has texture. The books have a slight bit of puffing around it, and everything else. Oh, and I went around these guys. These are the guys at the top. I just went around them generically at the back. I didn't go crazy. I went around them at the back so that they would have a slight bit of puff too, because once this gets washed, it's going to change the texture of it. So that's the first one. I'm trying to keep everything up there so I don't, it's not, anything that's on the top doesn't get manhandled much. Here's the other one. This is, okay. So this is a moon that I've sewn down. As this gets washed, this is going to start doing whatever, and that's intentional. This one here I like how this one turned out. As this one gets washed, let's go from the back. I went around it 3 or 4 times, and same with everything else. I went around it 3 or 4 times so that it's got texture on the outside, puffy on the inside, and so that when this starts happening, because it's gonna start fraying in the wash, and that's kind of an effect that I want. Once it frays enough, if it's like, oh, this is too frayed, I can wash it a couple times and I can just come back and give it a trim later, right? So it's going to be a little frayed. That's the effect that I want there. And then I took a regular black blender and sewed that down. Then I sewed this, and this was a tree trunk. This was a piece of fabric. This was a tree trunk, but now that it's sewn down, it doesn't really, like, it's supposed to be like a dead tree, but it doesn't really look like one. I think I should have got a bigger one and done branches coming all the way up or something. The stars I just sewed down, and you guys can't tell on the camera, but this is a nice bright yellow. So I added a few stars. I added a little hilly section here and a hilly section there with a bush, a dead tree that didn't quite turn out. And this is like this section here. Let's get down a little bit lower. This section here that's coming off because it's on the edge. So I'm going to be trimming up here. I'm going to be trimming up both sides, trimming against the top. I'm going to do the same thing and add some black. What I did here, what I did on this one, this is just a broadcloth. So I still have to put a back on it. So the front is going to be like this, but the back is actually going to be the back is actually going to be a solid piece of fabric. So yeah, the stars look silvery. They look a little silvery to me too. They are a yellow, but they didn't show up as yellow as I wanted them to. I think it depends on the lighting. Anyway, so that is my first attempt at like a little sewing landscape. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. There's a couple of pieces of like this here is just too, okay, I'm probably cutting off all of that. That's probably all coming off. So I didn't agonize about that, but that can all be trimmed later. So I'll be taking that over, down, square. I'll make it nice and square or a little rectangle or whatever. And then that's going to be another block going into my thing. Yeah, thanks, Jenny. I'm debating, because I could also take some, if I don't want to overwork it, but I'm debating that I can take some gray and literally sew in tree branches, like a dark gray, so that it's just going to be, it's kind of funny. This isn't really, the stars aren't showing up at the right color, but this is actually showing up a little bit brighter than what it actually is. So like if I take, like there's a tree starting here, right? So if I just take some of a similar gray and just bring it out, it might be a nice effect, but I think I'll save that for another project. But this was my very first, what do they call them? I forget what they call this, but yeah, this is my very first artistic piece, and I really like how it turned out. And it was, yeah, it was like drawing. What I did for, 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 what I You can still kind of see it. Like what I did for this one is I used a washable. I used a washable pen friction marker, and I just took a rectangle of fabric, and I just drew this on. Then I just sewed it down. Then I sewed this down as a rectangle. Then I trimmed it out. These I cut. Like I said, this is one piece of fabric, and then this is another, and this is another that I added. So yeah, I was really happy. I'm really happy with the outcome. I'm really happy with the outcome. That's going to go into my quilt somewhere as a patch, and then we'll go from there. So those are done. I got them done. I got them done. I'm super happy, and I think I just fucked myself. Okay. No, I didn't. I need a stitch leader. This machine has a lovely habit of eating corners. So I'm going to put, do I use a regular foot or, okay, a walking foot is better. Yeah, the thing I found out about the landscapey thing was actually pretty easy. The thing is that you kind of work from the back to you have to work from the back to the front. Obviously, if you put down a bush, if you put down something that looks like a bush, and then you want it to be on a hillside, you sew down your bush, then you sew down your hill, you're covering it. So you just figure out what the very back wants to be, blah, 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 blah. And you've got a couple of ways that you can do it. I did it all free motion. That's why this one's out. There's a couple of ways to do it, and it just depends on what you're comfortable with. I could have done straight sewing. Yeah. No, I use this foot. This is a darning foot. So, oh, and I gotta put my feed dogs back up. There we go. I used a darning foot with the feed dogs down so I could go at any direction and angle that I wanted. But you can use a regular foot. This is just a darning foot. And most machines come with at least one darning foot. Lets you go in any direction that you want. So this made it really easy. I went really slow, slower than I thought I was going to go. You could also use a regular foot. Just make sure you're paying attention to when to do your angles and stuff. I'm going to switch to this foot. I was thinking about my no. Where is it? Do I have one? I know I have. This is it. No, that is. I can use that as a 1/4 inch foot. This is also a piecing foot. I don't fucking know. No, I'm gonna do that. I don't care. I don't care. Now, in theory, I should be able to get away with using black, but I think I'm gonna shift over to a beige. Yeah, you can do it with a regular foot because you're going slow. I actually went with, like I said, I went way slower than I thought I was gonna go. And when you're going, because if you're using a darning foot and you go, oh, I'm distracted, it'll just follow you whichever way you want to go. If you're using a regular foot and get distracted, you have a bit of a straight line, but it's actually easier to deal with. But no, I did use the darning foot. Where's my beige? I'm staring at the beige and I don't want to use it. I'm kind of looking at. Okay, so what this is going to do is tell me sew this to this, and I'll be sewing all of them at the same time. So this should be 2, 2, 2, 2, and then done. So it shouldn't be too bad. Why is this over here? Because that's over there. Why is that over there? I have to clean up this entire shit show over here. Okay, just a second. There we go. Yeah, don't hit my computer. It's gonna hit my computer, then you can go up there because you can't hit the computer from up there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm kind of, you know what? I'm just going to use that one. I'm kind of agonizing over the thread because every now and again, when you spread something open, you can see the thread lines between two seams. So it's like, yeah, I need to, again, I'm supposed to be faffling for practice. I am not supposed to be going, today is not go for perfection day. Today is learn how to do a thing day. If I get lucky, I get lucky. If I don't get lucky, I don't get lucky. So now I've got an interesting, I am going to, this machine is a schmancy thing. This just pulls right off. There's how is it. This, I'll show you. Okay. These are identical. These are identical, except this one here has a slot for regular sewing. So the needle goes right through here, through that slot. And if you're doing your schmancy stitches, it goes back and forth and does a thing. You can see I smacked it. You can see something got out of place and smacked the thing. So the needle comes down through this hole and goes back and forth. That way you can do all your fancy stitches, right? Okay, I'm taking this one off. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, it takes, I could sew sigils, Hebrew letters, abso-fucking-lutely, and you could do them. Okay, I'm going to pop this back out, though, because it could get messed up. This one here, this is the one I'm switching out to. This is a straight stitching foot. This one here has a hole there, has the hole there. These are just for show, and you can only straight stitch on this, which means that my fabric, this thing loves to eat corners. This thing loves to shove the corners into that gap. So I am taking away the gap by switching the plate altogether. I didn't ever think, I wanted a faster machine that was still heavy duty. I wanted a faster machine that was still heavy duty and had some schmancy sewing stuff. You know, this stuff up here. I wanted some of that. I wanted a heavy duty machine that was faster, that could still do a decent selection of this stuff. That's all I wanted. Everything else was a bonus. So yeah. Would you be able to do your corners trick with this pattern? Which corners trick? I say shit and then don't know what, and then lose track of what I'm referring to. You would be able to do whatever corners trick you've got going, but with this, all the little corners that all the like this here has already been pre-trimmed. But oh yeah, starting forward then going back, yeah, you would still be able to do that with this. But because the corners are pre-trimmed, what am I doing in here? I don't need to be in here. I need to be in the garbage. I need to pick through some garbage for a second. If you keep a garbage pail in your sewing room, make sure that you if you keep just a scrap bin. Okay, sew that down. Come on. I need a 1/4 inch seam though. What is it? Where's, oh, there's my little bag. Yeah, that is like, that's 3/8. So I need to, oops, let's get this back up here. There it is. Okay. I don't worry. I don't agonize about that 1/4 inch seam very often, so I have to stop and think about it. It is not the end of my, it's not, okay, it's not the end of my world as long as your seams are consistent. Okay, E and F have to be sewn together. This is E, and this should be F. E, R, A, R, D, C. I'm learning my alphabet. H, G, F. These two go together. Now let's just see how they go together. Okay. Okay, E. E goes that way. E goes that way and F goes that way, and I sew them together. Okay. So I'm going to line them up. See, like I said, everything's already been trimmed, so you just literally line it up exactly. Line it up exactly. Okay, line it up to there. Yep, just did it anyway. Okay. Let's snag that. Basically, I find that with this machine, because it hates me, I should have got out the other machine, and if this continues to be a problem, I just might. You just apply a little. You just grab your. I didn't make this big enough, but you just grab it and you apply enough pressure so that you can tell that it's going forward on every stitch, and then the corner will come through on its own. Oh, fuck, I gotta get the sewing machine. I gotta get the iron back out. I'm gonna have to iron all this stuff as I go. Okay, so this is the next one. This is, I want to teach myself some fucking patience. I am not, I basically with the bags and stuff, if you want to get enough of them up there to make it worthwhile for me, you, and everybody else, I got to be able to be a little faster. And this type of sewing is all about slowing the fuck down. Okay, so a little bit of pressure, it catches that first stitch. A little bit, not, you're not pulling it faster than the machine can sew. A little bit of pressure, and then when it grabs that first corner, the one you don't want it to snag, it will sew it without letting it pull into the machine. Okay, I'm just going to repeat that 500 times as I go today. Okay. According to this, I'm doing it right. So we'll see. This is these little guys. That's going to be an annoyance. By the way, you want to know a tip? You want to know something? I don't do it when I've never done it for the shop, but I've done it for myself. Sometimes I've only got a couple of fabrics that are actually like this. Let's get that one started. Sometimes when you get a fabric like this that is so pale, it's like, well, I want a lighter version of the same fabric, right? So yeah, slowly lazy. I love being lazy. If you have every now and again you get a fabric that when you flip it over you can't tell because it's just the exact right. So I could have done these and then flipped it over and done it like that and had a nice little light dark mix. Not going to do it, but I could have. Did I do it? There we go. Oh, I should have saved those pieces of fabric because if I sew anything together incorrectly, then I'm going to have to cut new. I'm going to have to get new pieces. Like you can't do it on that. You can't. Okay, you can't do it here. It's like super obvious. It's super obvious that it's the back of the fabric. But every now and again, you come across one that it's not obvious, and it's like that's a good backup for if I need a matching but paler version of a fabric. It only works on really light. It's like if you have a pure white or a pure black, you can sometimes not know the difference between the front and the back. Same thing, right? Doesn't happen very often though. So Enjoy it if it happens and turns out to be useful. I've only done it. I've done it like, what did I do it on? I did it on something I was doing for Lisa. I needed similar fabrics, but was it Lisa or was it a friend? I forget. Okay, I'm gonna leave these sewn together for now. You're supposed to trim them apart, but I don't want to just yet. Okay, so those go there. Step 2 is tiny print. B and A. Oh, I'm staring. Okay. I'm staring at this, right? I'm staring at the thing. And look at that. If I just start reading, if I actually read the instructions instead of going strictly by the pictures. So B and A. That's A. This is A. This should be AR. B. B and A. So I am literally just lining them up exactly. It's going to look like that. I'm lining them up exactly how it looks on the thing. Bring them over here. Yeah, B and A. Okay, like that. I'm going to make another stitch leader. That one was just too small. That's why I had to fuck it up at the very beginning. Come on. Get up here. It's a special kind of lazy when you don't want to put the garbage pail down, so you can just cut right into it. There we go. That's a lot bigger. Now it's too big. That's okay though. Fold you in, fold you over, fold you back. I just like to fold it so there's no I am working on that. This right here. I am making one of these. I'm using my Quilt to do it, and I'm doing it for the very first time. So we get to find out. I'm trying to learn patience. That's what I'm doing today. That's what I'm working on. I flipped them over. This one's not bad because I'm not going, there is no exact corners. The corners have all been trimmed off, but like I said, this machine likes to suck in the fabric. There's going to be an annoyance level happening here because I've got to stop and iron all of this stuff at some point. And let's see how that goes. What's going on here? That's going to be inside this. There's a slight run of some kind, but it's going to be inside the seam allowance, so I'm just going to leave it. Learning patience. Yeah, we still need a quilt though. We still need the quilt. We still need to figure that out. Okay, that goes like that. That goes like that. I'm just flipping them once I get them done so I can get them lined up on that 1/4 inch seam line. Okay. One single back stitch just in case. Oh yeah, you did miss last week. Yeah, I actually was going to come on twice. I was going to come on Friday. I fell to sleep. It's like there, right out. Okay, those two are done. Next is okay. I gotta get the iron out. Just give me a second. We're gonna move all this out of the way. That one's next. This one over here, the half circle guy. He's gonna be next. I just don't know if next is gonna be today or tomorrow. Okay. You go there. This goes over here for the moment so I don't throw my iron on the ground. And that gets picked up because it doesn't belong on the ground. What am I hooking? I'm hooking something over here. Oh, and I've got garbage on the floor. You can go over there and block my drawer because that makes sense. Okay. So I've got to take, oh, wrestling with Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. Okay, this is the little guy. I'm just going to drop this back on here, get a couple stitches in. This guy, we need to see if I've done it right. If I haven't done it right, then that's okay. I got plenty of scrap in all of these colors. I have to open it. Oh, look at that. Nice and straight. Nice and straight. So far, so good. So I've got to open that. I've got to iron them. That's what I've got to do. And they are going to go with D. Which one is D? G. D. They're going to sew. Well, where have I got? Where have I got? I've got D is the first purple. That's the D one. So you can go over there. So far, just the fact that I've got this to line everything up on, I'm feeling pretty confident. I have tried to do this sort of stuff in the past and had lost track of which pile was which and had to stop. But I got to come over here. Did you not start? It's cold. It's still cold. Oh. Safety features. Safety features. I don't know why it does that, but if you don't put it forward, then pick it back up before turning it on, it just doesn't turn on. Okay, 1. Two. Monkey feet. Wrong foot. Cramping toes. Okay, there we go. That was awesome. I've got to figure out a way to get the camera lined up so you guys can see everything. It's okay though. Okay. So if I look like I'm in a sauna, it's because I am. Okay, so these guys are now ironed open and they go here. Let's get my instructional back out. Yeah, I like this. Okay, you know what I like about this is if something comes up and I stop, I can just stack it up. I can leave these over top of their correct positions and I can walk away if I need to and come back knowing that things aren't going to get messed up. Okay, so this D goes like that. B-A, oh, okay. That goes like that. And that goes like that. It makes no sense. Oh, you know what? Okay. Once this is sewn down and open back, no, I don't know. Okay, that's A. That's B. Yeah, that's right. D goes down and over, triangle to the top. Yeah, that's how it's going. That is how it's going. So we'll see. We will see the, oh, no. Okay, yeah. Now, once I get it over here, you can see this is one of the reasons why the corners are already taken off, because you see where everything, you just line this up exactly, and then let's just double check. Iron's on, so let's double check. And I'm over here again. Ugh. Yeah, it's they never used to. I've seen some older ones, older of these little gadgets, and they weren't always labeled. But now that they are, it makes it so much nicer. Okay, so that's like that. You know. Okay, wait. Yeah, that goes like that. I'm going to take a chance and just do them all. I'm going to do them all because I'm pretty sure it's right now. So it's just a matter of getting it done. And of course, smart people would be pinning. Yeah, everything's already labeled. So, so Linda was in earlier, mentioned that Linda has one of these as well. And I'm assuming that Linda has ones or at least knows about these. And apparently they didn't always used to be labeled. So I got lucky. I got lucky because I didn't even discover this shit until not too long ago. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that this stays nice and straight. I was fast. It's okay. Stayed nice and straight. It was fine. Double checking to make sure I was telling the truth about that. Okay, so far, having you guys to chat with has made it easier for me to slow down. I always go slower So I guess I'm going to be doing anything that I choose to do that's complicated. I'm going to have to do on camera so that I will continue to slow down. Okay, this is just the usual stuff where you just double check and make sure nothing's shifted. Okay, these are done. I'm going to iron them open. I kind of have to because I did a trust fall and decided not to double check the first one. Let's get the first one. Let's get the first one so I know whether or not I need to cry. No, it's fine. There's that one. Let's get my hand behind it. There's that one, and it's matching the diagram. I'm going to stop and iron everything. I'm assuming, let me see. EF. Yeah, that one's got to go in. Oh, this one is now going to get sewn to this one. So I do have to iron everything. Okay. Still going to take, yeah, so far, so good. You guys are actually helping. You guys are helping in this non-helping, keep me slow, keep me from going too fast kind of way. Okay, 2. What I think I'm going to do though, I've got a cutting board mini, I've got an ironing board combo, and I've got a mini iron. These pieces are so small that I can probably get out the mini iron. Wait, which one am I going that way? That's probably the one I did fast. This one here is a tiny bit off, but they always are. You always got to come back and square up your blocks later and shit, so we're fine. Okay, those ones are done. This one. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, oh, very useful. It is crazy how something is. There are so many ways that there are so many things that are helpful that don't actually involve doing anything. In my case, I get trucking along and then I start going too fast. And then I start making little mistakes that count. If something's off by a quarter of an inch, right? If something's off by like an eighth of an inch, and then an eighth, then an eighth, then an eighth, then okay, 1, 2, 3, 4/8 of an inch. An eighth of an inch doesn't sound like much, but 4 of them is half an inch. It's a huge divergence from where something is supposed to be. Okay, that one. And the good news is, okay, the like this here is the diagram. This is what I'm doing next, right? The diagram, it's not focusing, but the diagram is very clearly outlining the pieces that I've already sewn together. So I'm not looking at, okay, sew this triangle to that triangle. I'm not. And I love, hey, no, okay, but here's the thing. This requires you to go slow. Yeah, ADHD hyperfocus is a thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't have ADHD or anything like that, but I get in the zone and then I get going faster and faster. And like I said, an eighth of an inch is nothing. If one of these is off by an eighth of an inch, hey Helen, how you doing? I am working on that. I'm making this using my AccuQuilt, and I've never. This is basically my first time doing this particular block. So I'm, yeah. So I'm just getting ready to sew. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm just getting ready to sew these to those, but I'm over here doing some ironing first. I have to open everything up. I'm probably, if I do more of these later, I probably will do a few just to get the thing going. But if I do more of these later, once I'm off camera, I will probably have a mini ironing board with my mini. I've got a mini iron, so I'll probably do that. But I don't want the heat of an iron near my computer. So you guys get to look at the back of my head every few minutes. Yeah, this is just practice so I don't overpressure myself. It's practice so I don't overpressure myself, but so far having these guys to chat with has slowed me down, so I'm actually taking my time. It's going better than I thought it was going to, so I'm really happy. Okay, now this is the E and F piece, and I'm going to turn it like that. Okay, this is the DBA unit, and it's going to go like that. So this is sewing like that. So that's half done. Do you see that? It's half done. Okay. Okay, so that goes like that. So I'm just turning that to that angle, that to that angle. And my machine, yeah, this is like, I'm enjoying the process. No, I was just as you were showing up, I was just thanking everybody legitimately, because one of the big mistakes, whenever I start doing the schmancy stuff, the big mistake that I always make is I always start going too fast. And I was just saying that if one of these is off by an eighth of an inch, it's no big deal. It'll kind of come out in the wash, right? But if 4 of them are off by an eighth of an inch, am I got the right one? Okay, just let me double check here. Okay, yeah, that way. I'll tell you right now, one really good trick to do is if you're like, I just folded it and it's like, okay, I've got 3 sides to pick from and I got to make sure I'm sewing the right one, right? If you're not sure, then put a clip or a pin in the side that you need to sew. I am being super lazy about the pins, but yeah, having a chat to watch and interact with and whatnot has actually done a really good job of helping me slow down and double check my work as I go. So far we're doing really well. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. But no, I start going too fast, and then things are off by a little bit. No big deal. No big deal most of the time. Like, I mean, if I'm making a taro bag, I can do those on my slate now. They're not going to be off. They're going to be fine. But if I'm trying something new for the first time, especially something like this where I've got 4 of these, then 4 of these, then 4 of these, then 4 of these, I start going fast. I start just making tiny adjustment mistakes. No big deal, but they add up. So if something, this one's off by 1/8 of an inch, that one's off by 1/8 of an inch, the next one's, so, you add 1/8 of an inch of a mistake. If something's off by 1/8 of an inch, by the time you've done 4 or 5 pieces, you could be off by 1/2 an inch or more. So this has been really helpful. This has actually been, you guys just hanging out and giving me a reason to look at the chat every now and again has actually been insanely helpful. Slow me down. Of course, you know what's going to happen. Then I'm going to get cocky about it. I'm going to come back and do something else later. I'm going to go, oh, no, you guys are great. This slows me down. And then I'm just going to make every single mistake anyway, just to spite myself. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, that one. Just double check that felt. This one looks weird for some reason. Yeah, that goes there. Okay, whoa. Yeah, that goes there. Are you kidding me? Did I put them? I think I guess we're going to find out. Why does this one look different? Why do I feel like I'm doing this one? Oh, there's a slight angle thing happening here. The one was off a little tiny bit, so I think I've just come up. Yeah, I've got the one that's off a little tiny bit, so I just got to like finesse it back into place. That's all. I think, yeah. There we go. I'm going to ignore you guys for a second while I go iron this one. I'm just spinning to iron it still. I can't see the chat while I do it. And again, this is supposed to be for practice. If I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, that one's done. That one's done. Yep, they're all right. Yeah, that one's just a tiny bit, but it's only one, and you can finesse that back into place. We're starting to see the design. We're starting to see the design. Okay, so that, I'm done with this for now. I'm done with this for the moment. Still going to iron them anyway, though. I'm going to iron it and set it out of the way. There. So there it is, all ironed up. It's a quarter done. Quarter done. Or is it a half done? No, this is like an 1/8 done because I got to do 4 of these, and then I've got to connect it to 4 of those. I'll be right back. I should really be doing this from the back. I don't see an ironing guide. That way. Go that way. There, that goes there. I kind of, they do a thing, thank you. They, trying to get my chair in here the right way. They do a thing called finger pressing to hold the seams open, and I find it to be hard on my hands after a very short period of time. Okay, so that part's done. Now I need C, that one, and AR, that one. Okay. So that one's going to point up. This one's going to point in. Okay. And we're going to sew. We're going to sew that one. See, that this is one of the things that we're going to sew. We're going to be sewing them like, okay, there you go. We're going to sew it like that because it's going to make a triangle. We're going to sew it together so that it makes a triangle. Because sewing, the thing about these is that when you sew, sewing loves straight lines, not a whole lot of angles and bends and turns. So go there just a little bit, back to the machine a little bit. So we're going to go like that. I got to flip them though, so I can get on the correct side of lining this stuff up. In theory, I should be able to do this without my little Michael Jackson glove on, but it's a lot easier to grip anything for me. So we're going to go like that. I'm just going to bring these back over here a little bit. So we're going to go like that. We're going to go like that. One thing I want to do is learn how to do some of this sort of stuff. Learn the patience that it takes to do this, to do these sort of designs. So this is a great way to do it. Okay. So this, when it's done, is supposed to be a 10-inch block. All of this for one block. I think that's why I'm really liking my little idea for the Franken quilt. Hey, Nana B, how you doing? I think this is why I'm liking this idea for my Franken quilt, because I do not know if I will ever in my life find the patience. This makes a 10-inch block, okay? If you want like a, okay, so an 80 by 80 inch quilt, which is what this is going to be, would mean I needed to do this 64 times, and we're already an hour and a half in. So 64, an hour and a half. Okay, so 90 minutes. I'm not even a quarter of the way done this yet. So 90 minutes to get this far in. It's going to take at least 2 hours. So 64 times 2 is 128. If I want minimum, assuming that I get a little faster as I go, it's a minimum of 128 hours to piece all this, to do this, to make 64 of these. God forbid you want a bigger quilt. Okay, I'm going to iron these. I'm going to iron these open right now. I think that's why one of the designs on here shows using every other and stuff like that. This, mind you, you know what? I've got enough scrap that if I had a day where it's like I just want to sew, I could probably just put one together here, one together there, one here, one there, whatever. Oh, you're chilly in Queensland? Ooh, dishes. Linda did the dishes. Come and do my dishes. My God. Okay, I've got 3 more pieces. I'm actually not that. Okay, so that can go, that I can peel that off of my glove. My glove's a little sticky. Okay, so that one was done. Step 5 is done. I'm on step 6. ER, that one, and H, which I believe is that one. So ER goes, oh, I'm over here. I'm way over off to the side. Here, let me just do this so you guys can see, and then sit over here on the side. So ER is this one. H is that one. I'm going to give these a quick blast. I needed them to be flat to see which way they go. Okay, so ER goes this way and the H goes that way. That's how they're going to go together to make another triangle. Where is my, there it is. I am closing in on, I'm closing in on the final push to get this done. Okay, good news is that I haven't had to use pins yet. Okay, so that goes there, that goes there. And you can also, of course, take this, you can put them together, put a pin on this side to show which side you need to sew, and just get all 4 ready and then not be back and forth. But I really don't want to do that. I do not want to, okay, I don't want to start looking for, yeah, I'm still not ready for anything this fiddly. I have not made a section yet. This has you do, but all 4 sections are going to get done at the same time. So that's going to be all right. Because I'm putting these 2 together. This is the only piece I have left that has them impaired. I've got, let's see, I've got those, I've got that bit and that bit are done. This is just going now, and then that goes on. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just, I'm just doing all 4 at the same time. Now, the first thing that I will do, left to my own devices, the first thing I will do is find ways to do it faster, which is fine. But if I go too fast, I'll start fucking things up. So I need to do at least a few of these slowly. Okay. See, I dropped that and I don't want to guess. So I stop, I put it back down again. There we go. Okay. Oh, nope, 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 not that fast. I think I'm going a little bit faster than I was initially, but that's not bad. I'm remembering to slow down. I don't mind if it's a little fiddly. I don't mind if it's a little fiddly, but like this is a lot of work for just 1 block. Okay, so that one's done. Now, these are going to get opened up. And they're going to get immediately paired with that one. They're going to go like that. Okay, let's get the rest of these opened up. Two. Three. Okay, this one. These 3 are done. How do I got that again? Okay, so I've got, this is G. G. EH. That's going to go like that. Okay, and then that is probably going to go right there. Okay, so these 2 get sewn together. I want to make sure I'm at the right angle. ERHG. Okay. So I do like that the corners are already off. That's, but honestly, like, I mean, I've been wanting to learn how to do this stuff for a while. I know how to do some of the simpler designs, but the simpler designs are also way faster. I know Linda and Linda, I forget whether you quilt or not, Kaz. Gail's gonna Linda and Gail are gonna go, oh my God, Peggy, you're so slow. Nothing wrong with being a little on the useless side. This is fine. Okay, let me just double check that again because I don't know why, but I feel like oh, that's why I'm getting closer to the end. I'm getting closer to the end, so it's like, but yeah, no, it's kind of crazy how something as simple, keeping me distracted in other ways keeps me from over focusing. It's kind of hard to describe, but keeps me from going too fast. I really thought I was going to fuck up a bunch of this by now. I thought I was already going to be cutting new pieces, and I'm very happy with how this is going so far. Mind you, that is the selling point of this. That is the selling point of an AccuQuilt, is that it simplifies several of your steps so that you have more time, attention, and patience for this. And then with the instructions already being available, and because there are instructions to do this. Yeah, that is definitely making a huge difference, is being it, because I'm looking at it and what I see is exactly what it's going to turn into. Bruno, you need to no. I don't know what he thought I did or said, but he's over here going, "Hi, I need you." Okay. It is. I don't know why it's always allergy season for me. I gotta get and go blow my nose in a second anyway. So I'm gonna go see what he's up to. He's probably just used the puppy pad or something and needs me to go. He'll use the puppy pad, which is fine. It's actually a really, really good system that we have. He will use the puppy pad, and as a diabetic dog, he needs access to stuff like that because he has to have full-time access to water. So he will use the puppy pad, but he doesn't like it. So as soon as he uses it, he comes and tells me, and I have a feeling that's what he's probably just done. He's a very well-scheduled little puppy, so him coming to me right now is out of character for what his usual daily needs are. Okay, I shall be right back. All the pieces have been sewn to something, so we'll see where we're at. I'm gonna go check on the puppy pad, blow my nose, and be right back. That's still on. What'd you do, buddy? Get off of there. Come here. What did you do? Well, you didn't make a mess. What's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna go make a mess. I'm gonna blow my nose. Do you need a treat? Is that all we're after right now? Yeah. Life was not good to you? Was life not good to you, puppy? How was life? You just having a day? I'm gonna give you a treat. Okay. Oh, is that? That is all you're after, isn't it, you big one? Just gonna sit there? Come on, let's go see what you need. having a hungry day? There you go. You have that. Okay, you have that and go lay down. Ah. Yeah, I see you. I see you. There you go. All done. Good boy. Did you guys see him attacking the couch? Yeah, he honestly, it's a catch-22. He probably just wants some AT. I don't know why I have to spell that one. He probably just wants some attention. He didn't use the puppy pad, so he just wanted some attention or a treat or something. But he seems very happy all of a sudden. I talked to him for a few seconds while I was taking care of my stuff and got him a little treat, and he's usually sound asleep at this time of day. So I'm not, but then again, if he's not sound asleep, he may have heard something. He may have heard somebody in the hall. So that one's okay. This one, I was right. Okay, so I gotta iron this one open. Let me get my ironing board back where it's visible to me. I'm gonna put that over there. Okay. I'm gonna put that over there. I'm gonna iron these ones open because I need them next. Okay, what's going on? Where did that one go? Oh, that's gonna fill in the corner somewhere. La la la, la 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 la. Maybe he can just sense that. Well, that's the one I want. Yeah, that's the one I want. I want this one right there. Okay, let me see that one. I'm laying it up exactly according to the chart. Make sure I'm getting it right. Why is that one like that? That should not be at that angle. Okay, it's saying that way. That's gonna create an L. Okay. Ah, there we go. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Right there. Then it's gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna put that together, then that together. Okay. So that's how it's gonna look. So I'm gonna go like that, and then like that. I'm just gonna. It's sticking to my gloves, so I want to. I almost put this together backwards a second ago. Okay, so I'm gonna go like that. That's going there. Just get that there. It's going to be gorgeous. Okay. But yeah, it's like a lot of work. I don't know. I mean, funny thing is, this is gonna sound, well, it's not gonna sound really fucked up. I've said it before, and you guys totally get what I mean. If I had like, if I was in a space where there was like 3 or 4 people just chilling and chatting, doing their own thing, then I would probably quite easily find the patience for the more involved stuff. Okay, just gonna tuck that out of the way. I'm not sewing anything to anything here. I'm just tucking. This is coming down. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing here. This is coming down at an angle. This is coming down at an angle, so it's nowhere near the needle. So I'm tucking it underneath just to be able to get it where I want it better. Okay. Good news is I'm so proud of myself. So far, no pins. For some reason, just don't do well with pins. I just don't like using them if I don't have to. This is just moving around just the tiniest bit. There we go. I am like, okay, I need to be showing up. I need to show up and go, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I don't think I'm going to do this. I need to do more of this because I am like, damn, this is going really well, better than I thought. I literally thought I was going to get a FAFO that I would, okay, I was 99.9% sure I was going to put it in the quilt no matter how it turned out. But I really didn't think it was going to be this. I really didn't think it was going to go this well. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that I don't fuck it up at the last minute. And this is the last one. And then I'm going to iron them open again. I know you can finger press, but finger presses where you take the seam and you go with your finger, right? But that's kind of, my hands don't like that anymore. Right now, you're too old for that shit. Just iron everything. Okay. Speaking of that shit, I don't know if you guys are aware. I'm sure most of you guys know by now, but I think Lisa just sent away for the prototypes of her Unicorn Journey Oracle deck. They're not here yet or anything like that, but she's like super happy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Okay, I'm going to take these off. This has got a nice long string in between, so I'll do a little finger press. So that is going to sew to that. That's going to sew to that, and there's one corner. And then I'm going to have 4 of these that I'm going to then sew together. So let's get this ironed open. Let's go that way. Go slow, go slow. Yeah, that one is going to iron. It's going to sew. This one's already obvious. That one's sewing here. I'm going to sew these 2 together. Two. This is actually almost done. Three. Four. Okay, I'm going to double check though. So, oh yeah, yep, that goes to that from that side. Now, why are those are not lining up though? Oh, they will though. They will. Let's do that. Let's do it. Okay. Get my stitch leader in here. Okay, here we go. Okay. There we go. And keep it right carefully. Yep. Okay. I've got a couple of seams that are meeting up here, so one's trying to push the other. And with my little, there we go. There we go. Another reason to slow down. I sort of happen to start perfect. I've been using the Oracle of the Unicorns. That's cool. I'm pretty sure Lisa has that one somewhere. It's got a unicorn on it. Okay, that one's done. I don't know why I don't know why I'm acting like this could do anything now, but I'm still gonna go carefully. I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter which one's upside down, which one's upside right. Might as well keep them all the same direction though, just so that I don't feel like if I suddenly start feeling like I'm doing something wrong, then I might suddenly start trying to overcorrect in ways that I don't need to correct at all. Because, you know, nobody in the history of ever has ever done that. You ever do that? It's like, oh, this is, I need to correct this. It's like, hey, why am I overcorrecting? There, yeah, don't you move. There we go. It tried to move like the other one did, but I wouldn't let it, and it didn't. It stayed where it was told to stay. My iron's back here clicking away behind me. Okay. So the only thing that I'm going to say right now, right this minute, is if I manage to fuck anything up at this point in time, then obviously I need to be pinning. No matter what. Yeah, there's that one that was off the tiny bit. Let me just give it a little adjust. Let me just give it a little adjust. Last one. Whew. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I guess it doesn't matter. Why are these two the same? Oh, no, they're not. I'm looking at one from the back and the other one from the front going, oh, these are not working out right. They're fine. They're fine. I'm having a day. They're fine. This dark yellow from the back looks like the front of the light. So you can barely tell. Ah. There we go. Okay. Come on. What's going on? No, not at the end of the thing. Okay, we are going to. I am not taking a chance. For some reason that just got really long. Probably because I just did too many stitches, which then unraveled. But I'm not taking a chance on the very last one. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, you know what I bet it was? I bet you, like, obviously I'm trying something new, so I don't want to say tense. That's not the right word, but I mean, dogs are really reactive to even the slightest change in your emotion/mental state. So I bet you he's probably responding to my like extra focus and concentration. And like I said, I don't want to call it anxiety or anything like that because that's not what's going on. But I bet you he's responding to the slight changes in my mental state as I'm focusing on this. Okay. Block should measure 10 by 10. Let's see what we're doing here. Oh, that's what we want. We want that. No, you go that way. Oh, you're going that way. Okay. You go that way. Okay. 1. Now they're saying that make 4 of these quarter units. They're not. They are assuming that I'm smart enough to know that I should square up the blocks. But I'm not. That's going to go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm putting this all together, not even letting you guys see it. Look at that. There's that one. Woo. There's that one. Ah. Hey, Gail, how you doing? Look what I'm finishing up. This is from the Quilt. First time doing it. First time doing it. There we go. Okay, now I just have to sew it all together. Okay, I have one spot. Let me just double check. No, it's not bad. Let's just no, I can't switch it. Okay, that part's fine. In theory, I should be squaring up these blocks before sewing them together, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to because this was supposed to be FAFO. Yeah, this is practice. Yeah, so much for practice. This is definitely going into the quilt. Wait. See, now I'm going to do the thing though, right? Because if I sew this together, like if I sew these together here, then I'm not going to have what I want. So I got to double check because I let myself get distracted in the wrong way. Had to put my stitch leader back on. There we go. I'm still going to square it up when it's done, but I'm not squaring it up just yet. Okay. 1. Let's be all like secretive here. Let's be all secretive. Okay, that's got to go on. Let's do the last piece all secretive like. Pretend we're doing some big grand reveal. This is the very first time I've done this block. So I'm a little I really thought it was going to be a practice piece that I was going to go, hey, this is a great learning experience. Then I'm going to go make a real one. That's good. No, that means you can sort of kind of trust those Quilt templates because I just followed the instructions. I'm just back stitching a little. Oh yeah, I got to open it up. I got to open it up to make sure I'm doing the right 2 pieces together. And I have to iron it. There we go. That one's done. That one's done. Now I just have to iron it and then put the last two pieces together. Okay, that one's done. That one's done. Okay. Now, let me see what I got here. Okay. Now I'm going to pin because I want the centers to stay centered. I gotta switch. I gotta re-iron this one. They're going to pin together a lot better if the one side is this way and the other side is that way. So I just I'm going to pin because I want this center to stay lined up. I'm going to go through that one, then out through that one, then in through that one. I don't want the center to move because I already know that it's not perfect, right? So if I line up perfectly with either end, the center is not going to meet. I probably already found a way. Is it traditionally piece? It looks like paper piece, but I don't see paper. No, it's I just used that on the AccuQuilt. I ran it through and then just followed the instructions. It had me to piece it in a very specific order. And then once it was done, it was done. I'm like, I have been putting off using this one for a long time. I do see a couple things that could be better, but that's okay. Nobody is ever okay. I'll show you. We'll do the close up, self-deprecating. Let's shit all over the work in a second. We're not going to shit all over anything. I'm very happy with this. I'm also going to backstitch through this piece. Okay, guys. If it's shifted, that's just too damn bad. Oh, and the pin's upside down, so that makes it awesome. There we go. Right through the center. I'm going to, though, I'm going to backstitch a little bit in this center because I'm always, the centers are so thick that I'm always worried that they're going to experience a little bit of extra wear and tear. I'm not going to go crazy, though, because I don't want it to be so thick that it's part of the problem. But I always worry that the centers, because they're so heavy, are going to experience a little bit more in the wear and tear department. Okay, and then that's going to line up. That's going to line up as well as it needs to line up. So it's supposed to be a 10-inch block when it's done. We're going to iron it open. We're going to iron it. Grand reveal. Grand reveal. Yeah, Gail shows up just at the very end. Having everybody to chat to slowed me down and made it easier for me to pay attention. Strangely, because when I'm doing the mindless work, the stuff that I can do in my sleep, chatting makes me make more mistakes, which I don't really care about. Or if I cared, I wouldn't be here. But yeah, having everybody talk to, like, give me, okay, stop, think, double check. I brought out a fresh pop and then didn't eat it. Okay, gonna iron it, and then we're gonna do the grand reveal. Oh, that looks really good. Okay. Ta-da! I am super happy with this. I am super happy with this. All I got to do now is, I'm not going to square it up. I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing with everything else. I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing with everything else, and that is just leaving it because it's already fraying. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's already fraying from all the handling. I don't want to square it up and then have even more handling, bring it all in. I am really happy with this. So this is 3 of the 4. They're lined up well enough that nobody's going to notice. So I'm super happy with that. If we get in really close, we can see, okay, it's supposed to look like this one, where it just goes straight down and straight over. There's not supposed to be that gap before it moves over. Oh, wait, where am I? That one right there. Nope, not that one. That one right there. See how it goes down, then changes? It's supposed to go like one step. So, but like, look at it from here. Like, you're not that far away. Come on. This is in the grand scheme of quilting, this is completely unnoticeable. I am really happy with this. I am really, really, really happy with this. Like, yeah. Jenny's like, eh. No, this turned out really well. I mean, I always, this is like my, I've got a few frays that came through, which is fine. They'll go away. I can also try and fish them up. I can try and find them and fish them up in the back. It's just usually not worth it. They'll the first couple of times they're washed, they'll like unravel and disappear. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. This is like amazing. I have never had a first attempt at anything go this well. Yeah, exactly, Artie. It's like, okay, I can be honest and take that way too critical of a look. I know I'm being super critical. Thing is that when I'm doing something like this for the first time, it's like, oh, I'm pretty sure I know what I did here. So that because the last thing you want to do is go, this is fun. Okay. How do I express it? The last thing you want to do is you want to go, this was supposed to be a practice run, and it turned out well beyond any expectation. I expected this to be where I would get after doing 5 or 6 of these. Yeah, exactly. I figured I was going to have to do 5 or 6 of these for it to turn out this well. So I am super, super happy with this. I'm still going to take that look. Because it's like, oh yeah, I know what I did wrong here. Because I think I do know what I did wrong here. I didn't pin anything. That's what I did wrong. This is so specific. I'm going to say it right now. That was my only mistake, was not pinning. This is a little bit off because that always is. The only mistake I made is that I really should have actually gotten over myself and used a couple of pins, because this is a very specific and fiddly pattern. So I think if I'd have been pinning, I don't think this would have happened. And like I said, there's 3 of the 4. And from here, I'll show this to Lisa and go, look at this, and she won't see it. Yeah, that can be the fun part, right? It's like, but no, like I said the whole time, I'm not using pins because I'm being lazy and I'm not using pins. I should have used the pins. That's it. That is the only thing that I think that is the only mistake I think I made. And being lazy about using pins still got me this. So I am super happy. And I don't think I'm going to start using pins because of it. I really don't think so. I do think I had one little spot on the back here. I noticed it when I was sewing it. No, I got it. The one piece on the back. Remember, I don't know if, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got everything where it's supposed to be. I didn't pin at all, Gail. And something this complicated, I should have been pinning. I do think, based on what I'm looking at, I think that's the only mistake. I think that's the only reason why there's these slight alignment issues. And I have seen, This is a funny thing. If you're ever trolling the internet and you look and you see some of those professional quilters and they're holding up this absolutely perfect block. Oh, you can get this result too. Take a look at the fucking quilt that's behind them and see how many of their blocks look like this. It's like, this is perfect. This is absolutely fine. This is absolutely fine. I might. This is kind of off a bit this way, as if maybe no, I probably just had too narrow of a seam somewhere. I am okay. I'm just happy with this. I am really happy. Really, 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 really happy. And you guys helped by just keeping me distracted so I didn't get. Yeah, it's like a kaleidoscope. This is yeah, let me see what I got here. Let me see what I. Sometimes they look different when you hold them up. But yeah, so that is going into my quilt. Yeah, it would, but it wouldn't. The thing that I have a problem with, and I'm not sure. I know there's ways to fix it. I just don't know what those ways would be. It's really thick. Right here in the middle, there's 8 pieces of fabric. Each piece of fabric is lined up over top of itself. So there's a lot of bulk right here. And then if you cut the bulk out, then this is going to eventually start fraying. There's very little you can do. I think it would make an amazing. You know what? It would make an amazing spread cloth if it was on a thicker piece of or a thicker piece of batting. A light fluffy batting, but that was thicker so that you don't feel that the same way, because I can feel it. Then again, other people just don't seem to care. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. This exceeded my expectations, like by a long shot. So that's going to be a square. Oh, there you go. Looks like a kaleidoscope. Let's see how big this piece goes. So what if I put it on? I don't have the batting out yet, but look at that, Joanne. Every now and again, Joanne comes up with a winner. So what if this is the edging going around? I'm not going to get it narrow enough. I don't want to cut it for the example, but what if I get that as the edging going around, and I use this as the back? I should use this as the back. I should use this as the back. I've got beige in right now. I don't think I'm going to go crazy with a ton of. I don't think I'm going to go crazy with a ton of. It's funny. This look because the white is so much brighter. It looks the white and the yellow are the same size, but for some reason the white looks bigger because it's like this on this here they're very, very close in color, and on this here it looks like the white is bigger, and it's just an optical illusion because of the it's an optical illusion because of the brightness. Anyway, sparkly rhinestone button in the center. Oh, that'd be funny. I'm not gonna do that. We have dogs. One of them might bite it off and end up swallowing it, but I think I'm gonna use this as the background. I think I'm gonna use. Let me just flip it. You're only gonna see the edge. You're only gonna see the edge as I roll it forward. So I think I'm going to use this as the back of that, because it kind of has this is like mandala type stuff. This is like mandala. Well, this isn't mandala, but still. Guess who's back? What's up? It's trying to focus. What's up, buddy? Hi. What's up? Whoops, I can't pet you with those on. I'll get dog fur on everything. What's up? Yeah, oh yeah, this is my shadow. Did you guys notice when I got up to go check and see if he'd peed on the puppy pads? He's trained. He was like right here, just getting ready to climb up on the back of the stone. I'm going to use this as the back. I am going to use this. I am going to use this as the backing for this. It'll make it super easy. Where is a piece? I don't have to put everything together just this second. I don't have to put it together right this second. But I'm going to put this as the back for that because I'll just line it up like this. And then I've got plenty of strips to do the roll to the front thing. Oh yeah, uppies, 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 uppies. Watch this. Come here. Let's see if he'll do it. Let's see if he'll do it. Bruno, where's my puppy? Bruno, did you see him teleport? Did you see that? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come here. I don't know if he's gonna do it. I don't know if he'll do it or not. I don't know if he will do it. Do you want up? You want up? You gonna jump? No. There we go. What are you doing? He just wants to inspect my workstation. Yeah, he does uppies very well. If I lean down and drop my arm and ask him if he wants up, he will basically walk over and lean into my arm with his shoulder so that I can go scoop from the front and then scoop from the back and just pick him right up. I don't know if you guys got a good look at that or not, because I don't know if I was in the way or not, but hey, my big boy. Are you a good boy? Hey, what do you need? I said need, and he's like, yeah, I need something. He's keyword trained. I don't know if I don't know if, well, I know most of you guys know that he knows way too many words. And he knows, oh, it's 4:15. That's why. It's like, well, it's 4 o'clock. I can start bugging you anytime, and you sound like you're done. Okay. I am probably going to head out in a couple of minutes because this one here is now that he's decided he cannot live without me, he is going to do his thing. So let's see what he does. Well, there's Shayla. There is Shayla. Hi, baby. Then she's like, did you hear that? I said, hi. She's like, Bruno, do you need to go outside? Do you need to go potty? Maybe. That's a maybe. You just want out to go out. Do you need a treat? Oh, that got his attention. Are you hungry? Do you need food? He doesn't need anything. Yeah, he is like, oh, you want food? Are you hungry? Do you need to go potty? Whoops. Do you need to go potty? Do you need to poops? You need to make a poop? He needs to poop. He needs to poop, everybody. He needs to poop, then get a treat, and then cuddles. In that order. He will always take the cuddles, but if he needs to go, he needs to go. So I'm going to grab him. Don't worry, I'm saying goodbye. I'm not going to torture my dog. The hell was that? NASA detects a massive Earth anomaly growing rapidly. What is that from? Let me see. NASA has detected an anomaly that is drawing the attention of scientists around the world. Okay. Located in the South Atlantic and stretching into parts of South America, it's marked by a growing disturbance in the Earth's magnetic field. Oh, doom and gloom. This is awesome. We're not going to talk about that. I just like, I'm getting ready to click things. I'm getting ready to click things, and it's like I hovered over this thing. Do your computers? I'm on a computer. I don't know if it happens on phones or not. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, fuck it. Just do that. No, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do. What the fuck? We're gonna do that. No. What are we doing? No. Well, that sucks. There we go. I muted myself. Double Peggy. Yeah, no, I muted the one, but not the other. There. Do that. Ha! There we go. I don't know which one's doing it now. Anyway, he's out of patience. How you doing? You want up? Come here. Let's go up. Let's come up. Oh, you don't want up. He does not want up. He like, but I don't want to. Do you need to go poop? Yeah. Do you need to go outside? No. Do you want food? Maybe. He just wants it. Okay. He will bug and bug and bug that he has to go outside. Then he'll just go outside and stand there. So Bruno says it's time. I haven't got time to start another project. Well, I do, but I'll start one. I haven't got time to start another project without him being a pain in my ass. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take him outside and deal with him first. Thank you for hanging out with me. I've got a dog, like he's leaning. He's like pushing into my throat. Anyway, yeah, doggy time. Yeah, laters. Okay, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for keeping me calm and relaxed while I worked through that block. I did not think it was going to turn out at all. I really didn't. I thought I was going to fuck it up. So I am super happy. And anyway, I'm probably going to work on the other one that I had out. See what happens there. See if I can fuck that one up. In the meantime, you guys have a great day, afternoon, evening, whatever, and I will see you soon. Bye.